All right, so today we're going to talk about Jonathan Taylor. He is 5'11", 214 pounds out of Wisconsin. He is a 3-year pro. Now, there's been a lot of chatter going around the Indianapolis Colts. Now, I don't think that this will happen, but this is I really want to talk about this because I've always been high on Jonathan Taylor. Like me, I've always wanted Jonathan Taylor in the draft. I've never wanted DeAndre Swift. I knew he's a bum. I told everybody on my other channel that he's going to be a bum. And sure enough, he ain't even on our roster. So, would Jonathan Taylor be in the same position as Swift? I don't know. But I knew that Jonathan Taylor was the better back. So, now I'm going to tell you his stats first. And then I'm going to tell you his cap number. And then I'm going to tell you like what I would propose for a trade. So bear with me on this and, and keep an open mind. So 2022 stats, he played in 11 games, 192 carries, 861 yards. He averaged about 4.5 yards per carry. He had 4 touchdowns. The longest run was of 66 yards, 39 first downs, 3 fumbles, and 3 fumbles lost. He also added 28 receptions, 40 targets for 143 yards, 5.1 average yards per catch, 0 touchdown. His longest was the 19-yard reception with 4 first downs. Now, on his career, Jonathan Taylor played in 43 games. He has 756 carries, 3,841 career yards, averages about 5.1 yards per carry, 33 career touchdowns, 83 is his longest run. Now, he also added 215 first downs, 7 fumbles with 6 fumbles lost, 104 receptions for 130 targets, and added 802 yards with a 7.7 average per reception, 3 touchdowns. His longest catch was 76 yards, 28 first downs, and 1 fumble. He did recover that. Now, his cap situation. So, Jonathan Taylor, his cap number right now on the Indianapolis Colts is $5,117,482. His dead cap is $813,482. So, out of the $5.117 million, the Indianapolis Colts, if they got either rid of him via trade or just straight out just cut his contract, they're only on the hook for $813,482. They will save themselves $4,304,000. He is on the last year of his contract and would probably be looking right around the $12 million a year range. Now, we do have a Lions player that's kind of right around the same price range at running back, which is David Montgomery at $6 million per year because he did sign a 3-year, $18 million contract. Now, the trade proposal that I would kind of go with is, say, David Montgomery and Julian Okwara for Jonathan Taylor. Now, why would I do this? I would do this to pair Jonathan Taylor and Jahmyr Gibbs. Both are close in age. Jonathan Taylor is 24 years old. Jahmyr Gibbs is 21 years old. And Jonathan Taylor has familiarity with Scotty Montgomery, our running back coach. And they gain an edge player in Julian Okwara for the Colts. And they also add a solid RB1 on a solid contract in Demont, a.k.a. David Montgomery. So they add an edge rusher. Obviously, you can never have too many edge rushers. And then they add a solid RB1 for a disgruntled Jonathan Taylor. You get rid of a headache and you add 2 solid players. Now, I mean, you would have to have a specific role for Julian for him to thrive in. But if you know what you're going to do with him when you go to trade for him, I think you make out. I think you get a real good steal on that, who is on his last year of his contract. So, you know, you get a prove it year. Hey, let me see what you got. If you're worth it, hey, all right, cool. If not, hey, we still have David Montgomery. We didn't really lose much. And, you know, if I'm the Colts, I'm like, heck yeah. You know, obviously you could, you know, pick swap and things like that. Like, okay, I'm going to just use this for an example. Like, okay, Colts, I will give you my Lions 6th round draft pick this year. You give me your 6th round in the following year. So I'll give you my 2024. You give me your 2025 6th round pick. So I'll give you a double up in the 6th round. You give us a double up the very next year. I mean, you could see some of that stuff just to make sure, like, okay, hey, it's a fair deal. We'll work with it, and things like that. But the dynamic of having Jonathan Taylor mixed up with Jahmyr Gibbs, who's both close in age, good luck stopping that run game. Not only do you give Jonathan Taylor and Jahmyr Gibbs the best offensive line in the National Football League, and no cap on that. Go ahead and try and bring your debate, because I'll debate anybody on that situation. The Detroit Lions do have the best starting 5 in all of football in that starting offensive line. So you give Jonathan Taylor that, plus a Jahmyr Gibbs to complement him, and then you still have Sam Laporta. You still have Amon-Ra St. Brown, because it is not Amon-Ra St. Brown, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown, and you have Jameson Williams. And then you also have Dylan Drummond, who's been phenomenal this year. So there's your 3 starting guys for the future. You got your starting tight end, Brock Wright, if he can get right. Same with James Mitchell, if he can get right. That's the number 1 offense for years to come. Yeah, you're going to have to pay Jonathan Taylor. I mean, we're not going to go and sugarcoat that part. But what you're going to pay Julian Okwara, and you match what you're going to pay David Montgomery to give to Jonathan Taylor, it's going to wash. So it's even money. But the Colts will get a discount just due to David Montgomery at a $6 million per year contract for 3 years. So they do kind of get a discount. We would have to pay for technically a better back and things like that. So that is why I would do this. Now, I don't really like doing these types of videos because it's just like, it's hypothetical. It's, you know, me and my imagination. But if it makes sense and I want to talk about it, like, this is why I bring this up to you. So for me, I would definitely go and trade for Jonathan Taylor because, one, he's disgruntled. So you're going to get a player that has a chip on his shoulder, and you're going to get a player that wants it. So, you know, it's a win-win for both sides, and obviously that's where it does make sense to make this trade. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Would you trade for Jonathan Taylor, adding a 24-year-old and getting rid of a 26-year-old in David Montgomery, and pairing him up with Jahmyr Gibbs, and pairing up with the under 25 run game? Would you do that? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts. And with that being said, if you gotten value, definitely hit that like. If you gotten value, definitely hit that subscribe. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video because grit don't quit. One pride, baby. Peace. Hey, let's go make that wrong a right and go get Jonathan Taylor. That is my guy, and I can't wait. Hopefully we do get him.